evening all of you. Welcome back to my channel. Together we can learn more and better. In this video I am going to explain all the operations that have been conducted in the year 2019 and 20. I have collated around 25 important operations. So let's get started. The first one, Operation Samudra Maitri. This was held to assist the survivors of earthquake in the central Sulawesi province. Here is the Sulawesi province. If you have to look at it in a wider aspect, then here's another map. This is all Indonesia with its capital Jakarta. Indonesia is also known as Republic of Indonesia because it's a group of several islands. It has more than 17,000 islands, the most famous ones being Sumatra, Java, Borneo, and Brunei is the province of Malaysia, whereas Borneo is the province of Indonesia. Indonesia lies between Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, the area which is more vulnerable to frequent earthquakes, tsunamis, and cyclones. As all of us know, there are four prominent areas of earthquakes. That is the continental belt, the Pacific Ring of Fire, Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and the Alpine Himalayan seismic belt. So the area between all the continents is the continental belt. Here is the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is a collision between the oceanic crust and the continental crust. And here is Alpine Himalayan belt, and here is a Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which is the area between two oceanic plates. All these areas are most vulnerable to earthquakes. We can also look at the differences between a Richter scale and a Mercalli scale. I always get confused with Richter scale and Mercalli scale with which scale measures what. So just remember, M is not M. That is, Mercalli doesn't measure magnitude, but it measures the intensity. So Richter scale measures the magnitude and Mercalli scale measures the intensity. This was developed by Francis Richter. This was developed by Mercalli. Magnitude is the quantitative measure of its strength in terms of energy release. Intensity is the qualitative measure in terms of severity of damage caused in a particular region. It has no upper limit. The scale starts from 1 to 12, 12 being the most disastrous. And the highest earthquake we have ever experienced was with magnitude 8.6. That was the magnitude of Chile earthquake in 1960. Another important thing, India is being divided into 4 zones based on the seismic activity. That is zone 2, 3, 4 and 5. And this classification was given by Bureau of Intelligence Standards. So Bureau of Intelligence Standards not only gives certification for the buildings and the electronics, but it has also classified India into 4 seismic zones. Then going to the second one, Operation Nistar. This was conducted to bring back the Indians stranded in Socotra Island after Cyclone Meghnoonu hit this area. Let's check the location of Socotra Island. Here is the Socotra Island of Yemen. So last year when this island was hit by Cyclone Meghnoonu, Ministry of Home Affairs have decided to bring back all the Indians who were stranded back to India. Here are the Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somalia, which forms the Horn of Africa. And Eritrea and Djibouti were also in use for another reason, that is because of Danakil depression. So we see this depression towards northeast of Ethiopia. It is world's hottest places as well as one of the lowest places in the world at 100 meters below the sea level. A new study says that the active and naturally occurring life cannot be sustained because of its high magnesium content, which causes cells to break down, and the environment having simultaneously low pH and high salt content. It is located at the end of the Great Rift Valley and separated by live volcanoes from the Red Sea. The plain was formed by the evaporation of inland water body. All the water entering Dunkil evaporates and no streams flow out from its extreme environment. It is covered with more than 10 lakh tons of salt. Coming back to the cyclones, how and why are these cyclones named with different names? Because we often keep experiencing these tropical cyclones, these cyclones are named to avoid any confusion between the different cyclones, because sometimes more than one cyclone exists at the same time. And the names of these cyclones are drawn from the predetermined list. So we have 8 North Indian Ocean countries, that is Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Myanmar, Oman, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Thailand have to give 8 names each to IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department. So the name Mekununu was given by Maldives, and we have started naming all these cyclones since 2004. Odisha was hit by Cyclone Titli, and Thailand was hit by Cyclone Gaja. Fani hit Odisha again, and Cyclone Vayu hits coast of Gujarat. Hikka hits the coast of Oman, and Cyclone Kyar was considered as a super cyclone, very severe and most powerful after Cyclone Gonu in 2007. This was seen in Arabian Sea. Cyclone Maha hits Gujarat again. Cyclone Bulbul hits Bengal, and Pawan hits eastern coast of Somalia. Coming to the next one, Operation Kabaddi. It was aimed at preventing cross-border infiltration in the post-Kargil war, which happened in the year 1999. Then Operation Madad and Sayog. This was to support Keralites a year ago who were displaced due to a massive flooding. The main causes were due to acquisition of river basins, construction of resorts in illegally acquired lands from the forest, and most importantly, lack of proper drainage system. The rainwater had no other choice but to flood the cities, as all the river basins were occupied and massive constructions were being constructed. This obstructed the rainwater to flow freely from the land into the sea. So this was one of the important reasons for the Kerala floods. The government of India undertook the operation of Operation Madad and Operation Sayog to help the displaced Keralites. Coming to Operation Sankalp. So what happened was, last year there were few security issues in the Gulf of Oman. This is the Strait of Hormuz, where the merchant ships and the containers were being attacked. So Indian Navy commenced a maritime security operation with the code called Sankalp for the safe passage of Indian vessels moving from the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 vehicles, Indian vehicles, that was INS Chennai and INS Sunena. INS Chennai was a destroyer and INS Sunena was an offshore patrol vessel. This is INS Chennai and this is INS Sunena. Coming to Operation Third Shield, Operation Safe Kurma and Operation Kachapa. All these 3 are related to protect the endangered turtles in India. We have 5 types of turtles in India, that is leatherback turtle, loggerhead turtles, hawksbill turtles and olive redleaf. We also have green turtles. I forgot to add it here in the PPT. So we have 5 kinds of turtles in India. Of all these, hawksbill is critically endangered and olive ridley is characterized as vulnerable under the IUCN list. So Operation Third Shield, new central program to protect endangered turtles. Operation Safe Kurma to focus specially on the major states involved in poaching, transportation and illegal trade of turtles and tortoises. Operation Kachapa to protect vulnerable olive ridley turtles, launched by Wildlife Protection Society of India in collaboration with Orissa State Forest Department and Wildlife Society of Orissa. Millions of these olive ridley turtles migrate from Pacific Ocean to Indian Ocean during November to Jan to hatch their young ones, and Garimata Beach in Odisha is the most famous breeding ground for these olive ridley turtles. They usually have a breeding period of 8 months. So Government of India came up with all these operations to save these vulnerable olive ridley turtles and protect them from illegal poaching. Then coming to Operation Twist. It is a US policy that involves purchase and sale of bonds to make the long-term borrowings more cheaper. Ideally, the long-term loan should be much cheaper compared to the short-term loan. But what happened after the subprime crisis in 2008? There was a drastic fall in the prices of all the houses and other capital assets. So all the short-term loans were much costlier compared to the long-term loans. So US government had come up with Operation Twist to make sure that the long-term borrowings are much cheaper compared to the short-term borrowings. So Indian government is also trying to follow the same because we are undergoing economic crisis in the wake of COVID-19. Then coming to Operation Thirst, this is to reduce the unauthorized packaged drinking water in railway premises. This is self-explanatory. Then coming to Operation Vanilla, this was by Indian Navy to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief to the affected population of Madagascar post devastation caused by Cyclone Dani. Then Operation Soft Gold, this is pretty important. This is to focus attention towards the illegal wildlife trade in Tibetan antelope, that is Shatush species. Do not get confused with the Pashmina wool. Shatush is popularly known as king of the wool. This is made from Chiru goats, whereas Pashmina is made from Changtai goats and Shatush wool is made from Chiru goat. I'll share the pictures of Chiru and Changtai goats. This is Chiru. The animal is poached in wild, and it is said that 4 to 5 Chirus have to be slaughtered to make one Shatush shawl. So please do not buy or encourage other people to buy this product. Also, the weaving of Shatush shawl, possession and the sale is completely banned and is illegal in most of the countries including India. But these species are still illegally being poached in Kashmir due to high demand by the Western countries. Whereas coming to Pashmina wool, this wool is from Changtangi goat. So this is Changtangi goat. So do not get confused with the Chiru and Changtangi. Pashmina wool is famous throughout the world for its finest and delicate fabric. This also has a GI tag from Kashmir. Therefore, Operation Soft Gold is to control the illegal wildlife trade in Tibetan Chiru species. Coming to Operation Wildnet, it is also to curb the illegal trade through e-commerce platform. This is organized by WCCB, that is Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. Then Operation Burble, aim to collect intelligence pertaining to illegal trade in all bird and cat species. Cat species not only include the domesticated cats, but it also includes the tiger, lion, cheetah, jaguar, etc. Then Operation Clean Art. It is the first pan-India operation to crack down on the smuggling of mongoose hair in the country. Mongoose is widely smuggled for its hair because of its superior quality and they hold the color better. Smuggling of mongoose is rampant in UP, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Kerala and few other states. Mongoose is listed in Schedule 2, Part 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act, and any smuggling or possession of its body part is a non-bailable offence. Under IUCN Red List, it is categorized as least concern. Coming to Operation Swan, launched by Railway Ministry to improve the services in Rajdhani and Shatabdi express trains. Additionally, as all of us know, India's first private train, that is New Delhi Tejas Express, has been commenced in the month of October 2019. So this is India's first train operated by private operators. This move of privatizing railways will ensure superior quality of service and maintenance of these railways. Coming to Operation Sadbhavana, this is a humane initiative in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh to address the aspirations of the people affected by terrorism. This was required to consider the aspirations of the youth in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region after scrapping Article 370. So Operation Sadbhavana is related to humane initiative in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region. Operation Less Know. This operation was intended to drag attention of the enforcement agencies within the country to focus their attention towards illegal wildlife trade in lesser known species. So Less Know stands for lesser known. Then Operation Insaniyat. in the response to the humanitarian crisis being faced on the account of large influx of refugees from Bangladesh. The government of India undertook Operation Insaniyat to extend its assistance to the Bangladeshi migrants. Coming to Operation Kela Mueller, it is a US operation that ended with the death of Islamic State Chief Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He is the leader of ISIL, that is Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, and he is the self-proclaimed caliph for all the Islamic State. It is said that during this operation, Baghdadi killed himself along with his 2 kids using a suicide belt while he was evading from the US forces during the raid in Syria at Idlib region. So this is important. Then coming to Operation Mila, it is an anti-human traffic unit of Delhi police to rescue the trafficked and kidnapped people and to arrest the kidnappers. Coming to Operation Bandar, this is a codename given by Indian Air Force to the airstrikes against the Jaish-e-Mohammed training facility in response to Pulwama attack, which claimed lives of 40 Indian security personnel. Then Operation Sanjeevani, India has supplied 6.2 tons of essential medicines to Maldives under this operation as the assistance to fight against COVID-19. Then Operation Sunshine, it is to fight the militants along the borders of Myanmar's Rakhine state, especially the Rohingyas. Rohingyas are the minority group in Myanmar. They often flee to India in search of employment and better living opportunities. Similar to Rohingyas, we have several other minority groups in different countries. For example, we have other minority groups who often turn out to be the rebels of those countries, like Hezbollah in Lebanon, Houthi, Yemen. Rohingyas are found in Myanmar, Hamas in Syria and Palestine region, Yazidis in Iraq, Uyghur Muslims in China, Boko Haram, Nigeria, Al-Shabaab in Somalia. Because they are the minority groups in their respective countries, they often fight for more rights for statehood and nationhood, and they turn out to be the rebels of those countries. Coming to the last one, that is Operation Peace Spring. It is a military operation launched by Turkey against the Syrian Democratic Forces in northeast Syria. That's all for today. I hope this video was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you all. Happy learning. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you all.